Scott. Scott, do you read me? Scott! Scott, this is Solid Snake. Aiden and Maya tell me that they got you to play the Metal Gear series on your YouTube channel, and that you've recently beaten MGS 1 and 2, and that you're about to start MGS 3. Well, life just gets better and better, doesn't it? I wanted to wish you good luck going into the game. I also want to wish you great success with your Let's Play Easy mode. I respect that attitude. And they wanted me to say, watch the new series on Let's Play Easy mode, where we love to escape and play. And as always, take it easy. Enjoy MGS 3. Try to remember the basics of CQC. Do your best to avoid getting into any unnecessary crap battles. But most importantly, anytime you need to step out onto that battlefield of life, please, take a cardboard box. You'll just feel more comfortable in the box. Be well, and listen, if you're ever feeling down, just remember this. Scott? You're pretty good.
In easy mode, let your worries disappear. It doesn't matter who you are, all are welcome here. Come and take a load off, leave the world outside. In easy mode, sit back, kick back, cast your cares aside. Let's play easy mode, let's escape and play.
Hey guys, it's Scott from Let's Play Easy Mode, where we love to escape and play. If this is your first time here, then welcome to the channel. And if you're one of our regulars, then welcome back. Today, we are going to be starting a brand new blind playthrough as we continue this series through Metal Gear Solid. This has been my first time ever trying these games, and this game was actually sent in several months ago to the P.O. Box by some absolutely wonderful community members, as you heard David Hayter tell us at the beginning of the video. Aiden and Maya sent this in, this PS5 collection of the original Metal Gear Solid games, 1, 2, and 3. And so far in the channel, we've completed the first and second game. And I'll tell you what, I just can't believe just the amount of like fourth wall breaking fun stuff that this series offers. But I think the thing that really has stood out to me up to this point, honestly, guys, has been, you know, just like blowing my mind when I look back and remember at what I thought those consoles were capable of doing. And really, this game just kind of blowing my mind and just kind of pushing the envelope on what I even knew was possible back then. And I wish I had experienced it back then, because I think it would have been even crazier playing this game on a PlayStation 1 and a PlayStation 2, you know, sitting there going like, how do they do that? You know, just certain things like, you know, mind reading on your memory card and things like that. I just think that's so cool. But honestly, I think the best part about these games has been the story. And really, like in the last game, we started seeing how it kind of predicted where technology was going to bring us today. Not necessarily Metal Gear's walking around, but just in the way the internet has grown and social media took over, and it really just socially, the cultural impact of technology. And honestly, I really enjoyed the story. Like I love the first game, but the second game was like unbelievable. It was like a story for me that I thought like, man, I don't think I've ever experienced a story quite like this in another game. And what's blown me away is how many people have told me that the best game in the series to them was the third game, Metal Gear Solid 3, and called Snake Eater. And so I'm really excited to get into this with you guys, and I hope you're excited too. And I don't know what to expect. I don't know how much time has passed since the last time we saw Solid Snake and Aiden, and then we saw Aiden and Rose, his girlfriend. It kind of makes me wonder, like how much time has taken place now. Are we going to be Aiden in this game? Are we going to be Snake? I'm pretty sure we're going to be Snake. I think we're going to be Snake, but I don't know. Are we going to see some other old familiar faces? You know, are we going to see the Colonel? You know, we thought we had the Colonel in the last game, but it turns out it was actually just an AI posing as the Colonel. And then there was so much stuff that happened, like with Otacon and Snake, and then we found out about that group that basically runs everything. You know, we found out that they've died like, what, 100 or 200 years ago at the end of the credits. Spoilers, sorry. So I just don't know where we're going to pick up, what we're going to be doing, where we're going to find Snake and Otacon. Is Aiden even in this game? Is he ridden off in the sunset? I've heard he is in the series still at some point. So I don't know what to expect, but I'm really excited to get into this with you guys today, and I hope you are as well. Hey, do me a favor, drop a like on this video and subscribe for more content if you're new here and you haven't yet subscribed to Let's Play Easy Mode. Also, come hang out with us at Discord. That's a really nice place to come hang out as a community. The link for that is down below. And if you enjoy Let's Play Easy Mode and these kinds of videos, if you don't want to wait for these videos to hit the main channel, but you'd like to get early access to them, and you'd like to get some exclusive game series as well, then make sure to check us out over at Patreon by going to this link right here. And if Patreon's not really your thing and you'd rather keep it in-house here at YouTube, you can also just join and become a channel member. Some of the perks are the same, some are different, so you kind of just need to weigh them out and see what works best for you. But no matter what you sign up for, do make sure to come hang out with us on Wednesday nights every week at 7 p.m. Eastern Time here in the U.S. for a supporter-exclusive live stream. We do it every Wednesday, and it's so much fun playing games, hanging out, talking about the week as a community. It's a really good time. Special shout out going out to our current list of supporters. Guys, thank you so much for your continual monthly support, both on Patreon and YouTube channel memberships. If you're out there and you would like to get your name on this list as well as get these shout outs and all the videos, then make sure to hop on over and get signed up at Patreon or become a channel member today. Okay, guys, without further ado, it is now time to dive into the world of Metal Gear Solid 3. Well, okay, guys, we are getting ready to dive into the world of Metal Gear Solid 3, continuing on our journey through the Metal Gear series. So far, expressions and themes, yep, that's a common thing that you see in this. Please play in a well-lit room. Staying far away. Well, I'm everything that said not to do. I'm a YouTuber in front of a big screen with dark lights and a ring light. So... or no lights and a ring light. So, okay, here we go. Terms of use. If you are new to the channel and you've discovered this channel, you know, I didn't say this before. If you are new to the channel, I know a lot of times these part ones of a series will draw new people. Maybe you're a big fan of the Metal Gear Solid series and specifically this game, which apparently a lot of people are. Then, you know, welcome to Let's Play Easy Mode. I'll give you a quick disclaimer while we're doing terms of use and disclaimers right here. This will be your chance to click agree or disagree. But this channel is not meant to impress you with great skill. I am a middle-aged dad who has been gaming my entire life, but I'm not very good at it. But I love the escapism of the stories. I love video games. They're my favorite at-home hobby, always have been. And I really enjoy the games, and I enjoy sharing these first-time reactions and experiences with you guys, this community that we've been building here at Let's Play Easy Mode. But that said, I just want to go ahead and say, please know I'm not here to impress you. I'm going to take it slow, and I do play things on the easiest mode I possibly can. And I'm here to enjoy the game. I don't want to stress out about it. I don't want to keep dying because I usually do. And to me, that's not that very much fun. I want to enjoy the story and feel like Superman going through this. So that's really what this channel is all about. We're just kind of chilled out and relaxed. It's a very non-toxic gaming environment. So if you're here and you're here to leave nasty comments, I would say just kind of move on. It's really not your channel. You know, we're just here for people who just want to get along and build each other up and have a good time celebrating a hobby that we love so much. So here we go. I always say that on the first episodes. Whenever we do these part 1 episodes, I always put that out as a disclaimer so nobody's like commenting going, you know, I can't believe you didn't do this or didn't do that. Okay, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Okay. The story that tells the beginning. Was that a spoiler? Was I supposed to know that? 1964. The story that tells the beginning of the epic saga. It covers the events of both Virtuous Mission and Operation Snake Eater, detailing how the man code named Naked Snake earned the title of Big Boss. In addition to hiding in the shadows, players can use uniforms and face paint as camouflage to blend in with their surroundings. Why do I have a feeling that that was not something I was supposed to know? That they just totally spoiled something? Because I feel like I didn't want to know that yet. I was waiting because you know, the second game is filled with all of these like moments, you know, in the narrative where you're like, oh my gosh, it twists and turns and it just, you know, the plot gets thicker. I feel like going into this, now I feel like, unless that tells you what it is right in the very beginning, I'm Big Boss? The story that tells the beginning of the epic saga. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to wrap my mind around this. Detailing how the man codenamed Naked Snake earned the title of Big Boss. Wait. Okay, maybe that doesn't mean that I'm Big Boss. It just means that this is going to show the story of Big Boss, and we're still... Are we still Snake? No, Big Boss was his father, wasn't he? Oh, gosh. Yeah, North American version. English. Start game. Wow. I'm not sure I was supposed to know that already. That just hits me as something that would have been like a twist. Okay. I guess we're not going to be... Well, maybe we are. I don't know. I'm not going to jump to conclusions. I mean, that looks like Snake. Okay, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Here we go. I'm really excited for this, guys. You guys have pumped this game up to me so much. Let's go to options. Make sure we're on. Blood's on. Own view is normal. Third person view. Camera. Everything's normal, I guess. Okay. What's additional settings? Audio setting. Is there like a subtitles? No. Okay. I do like captions. I'm going to put captions on, guys. I like captions. Basic actions. Maybe I need to learn that. Oh. I should all be the same, right? It'll tell me, I'm sure. If I need to, I'll look at this again. All right, here we go. New game. What? New game. I'm playing the MGS series for the first time. I like MGS 1. I like MGS 2. Now, here's what I don't know. Does that mean that... What is that? What am I choosing here? Am I choosing a difficulty level? Because you would think like, oh yeah, I'm playing it for the first time. Maybe it's going to be a little easier. I don't know. I might be shooting myself in the foot. I'm going to go with Metal Gear Solid 2 because, I mean, this is a weird way to say difficulty if that's what this is. But yeah, I like Metal Gear Solid 2. Ah, okay. Okay, here we go. Very easy. Sorry if that bothers you. Again, I gave you the disclaimer.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two.
It's David Hayter.
East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Oh, I'm so excited. Here we go. That's right, so because this is in the 1960s, this is during the Cold War, okay. A Hideo Kojima game. Mastermind, a brilliant man. Thank you for the message, David Hayter. Not that you will ever see this, but thank you. That got me so excited, guys. Being able to kick this series off with the main star saying, go get him. I like this cinematically. August 24th, okay.
Altitude 30,000 feet.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Original story. Hideo Kojima. Guys, this is a prequel story? Nobody told me it was a prequel story.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask. Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Ooh. Man, he does act like a boss.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Oh, so this was Pakistan, I think it said?
Sunrise.
Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. That's what's on his helmet. His helmet says Snake Eater, Metal Gear Solid.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius.
U.S.
2
Army.
minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour.
Okay.
Not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate BLR bottle.
This is one for the history books. The world's first Halo jump.
Wait, we're playing Halo?
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
I wonder if this is still kind of like that top-down look
5,
that the other games had.
3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with you.
Wait, did it say Metal Gear Solid or Metal Gear Squad? I think it said Metal Gear Squad. Drinking some Chattanooga Coffee Company coffee today in my easy mode mug. Drinking the Brazilian blend.
Jack, I've got some important news.
Jack.
The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Fox?
Virtuous mission?
Foxhound?
Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB 754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov. Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin into orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story. So why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. We used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962.
This is going to be one of those
President Kennedy
heavyweight
received word
stories
the
again,
Soviets
guys.
were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The president demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba. And so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
He's a big deal.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea.
The first Metal Gear?
We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Nukes?
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device.
Look at that
For half a year
explosion.
now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Gosh.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No, according to our intelligence, he's in Selinoyarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
Okay. I wonder if we're going to have a codec in this one, because if this takes place in the 60s, it makes me wonder if all that nanotechnology that they use and things like that in the other games just doesn't exist yet. So are we going to be on like old-fashioned comms and things like that? And this is Big Boss, maybe? Or Naked Snake? I don't know. I'm going to shut up.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission
Jack.
is to infiltrate Selino Yask in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the West.
Oh, wow. Okay.
If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis.
Okay.
The clock is ticking.
We're just going to keep it simple right now. We got to go get Sokolov because he's working on a weapon that could destroy the world. I'm wondering if it's the very first Metal Gear.
Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat-proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat talent?
She's equipped with two 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as two 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong, you'll be eating dinner, breakfast, and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
Oh boy. Be living off bamboo. I'm trying to remember. Didn't we find out the Big Boss had become that's who George Sears was Big Boss? He was the president? Nope. I'm getting that mixed up again, aren't I? Oh, I'm gonna need some help, guys, in the comments. The thing about the story is it's so good, but there's so many moving parts. And as a first-time player, there's a lot to keep up with. Oh gosh, okay. Wow, this is pretty. Now, I do know this game released on PS2, and it looks great so far. Is it basically Jack? Like, because that was Raiden's real name. Yes. Okay. Whoa. We have a new look. We have a third person now. Okay. The controls, that's still attack. That's still crawl. We just have a new look. A new angle, I mean. Okay, revival. Revival pill, espionage pill developed by the CIA, can wake up from from fake death. Wow, okay. And now we have a knife. Okay, calorie mate. Balanced nutrition food. Hold wrist to throw. How long you okay, check how long you hold the button. Varies the distance. Okay. I wonder if we can come up behind somebody and use the knife. Now, what's this mask? Olive drab. In the corner. Is this? Oh. So it's going up when I go stealthy. So I wonder, like, if that's showing... I gotta sneeze. Ooh.
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake.
So I'm Big
I'll
Boss.
be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
Well, you've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training?
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom.
Major Tom.
Oh, and Snake.
Yeah,
The crew isn't watching anymore. You can take off the disguise now.
good idea. This isn't right. Time for the snake to shed his skin.
Okay. So we do have a codec. Oh my gosh. Now... That's our boy. Oh my gosh, this is already filled with twisting and turning. His name is Jack, and then he looked like Ryden, which his real name was Jack. And they fooled us, and then he takes that mask off, and now it's Snake, but this isn't Solid Snake. This is Snake's dad. But it's still David Hayter.
Can you hear me, Major Tom? This is Snake. Kept you waiting, huh?
This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No, there's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
We have the trank gun
Yeah,
again.
about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
Oh, maybe with the
I
backpack
see.
we'll get more
Well,
storage.
You'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button.
Okay.
I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio.
Okay.
We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
Okay. This is interesting. Okay. Now it looks like Snake. That is so cool. So you have... It looks like, if I had to take a guess... I like how... Okay, first off, let's talk about the differences. Now, I like how Snake has... You have a health bar. I like the way that's set up top. I get the impression the percentage is like how much we are hidden. Like I'm only 10% hidden here, but like if I was to go over here and crawl down, see I'm at 80%, and probably if I have camouflage makeup or whatever that may be, oh my, okay. Oh, this is actually quite stunning for PlayStation 2 graphics, unless they did touch this up. Now, that is something I am aware of, guys. I do know that there is an actual, like, Metal Gear Solid 3 remake or remaster that's currently out, and I know there's probably some people that are like, why didn't you play that one instead? I already own this one because it got sent in, and it's been recommended to me that if I'm going to really get the first-time experience, I should play the first game. This still looks great, and what a difference. I do prefer, I think, this angle. I'm curious, though, if it's going to make it harder to see enemies. I don't know. probably could use... Well, oh, now that I can look up, can I see where my backpack is? I don't know. I gotta climb a tree. I know that. Maybe I need to go back. Just moving in the woods here. Like I said, guys, I apologize for anybody who's like, hurry up and move it. I just, Oh. There's a med. Oh, wow. There's going to be a lot to discover here. I'm assuming that, we're going to be using this a lot.
First, you need to find that backpack you lost on the way down. Your backpack got caught on a tree to the north. Try heading in that direction.
And do I have any compass at all or anything that tells me what direction I need to go? Probably just this way. Okay, we can crawl under. Oh, look. There it is. There it is. Gotta climb that. Okay. Got it. Guys, I'm so sorry I'm so slow moving here, but this is very different than the other games.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep,
Okay.
That's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out
Makes
in the
sense.
field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly.
Okay.
Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your tranquilizer gun or your knife to hunt.
My
We're
only
going
weapon is
hunting.
a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun.
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor.
Nice.
However, the suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire.
Oh, no.
Once its durability reaches 0, the noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too trigger happy with it.
Oh, my.
Suppressor's durability is shown in the icon. Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are standard Fox operating procedure. You can't leave any traces of your presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident.
Don't
You
get
can't
caught.
let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission.
Okay.
You're a ghost, Snake, in every sense of the word. And there'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and U.S. government will deny any involvement in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death pill for that purpose.
Okay.
SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So, how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, Nothing will be able to bring you back.
Wow.
Remember that.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
Relax. There's a support team ready to back you up over the radio.
Okay.
Ooh,
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance. The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording your mission data. She's a member of Fox as well, and
I wonder if that
she's here
eventually
on the
turns into
gunship with-
Foxhound.
she.
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to meet you.
Paramedic.
As in a medic who comes in by parachute.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
I wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is 145.73.
Okay.
She's also in charge of recording your mission data.
She
Whenever
saves
you
it.
want to save, send a message over the reserved save frequency, 140.96.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
That's right. It also records the state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Campbell was a
Speaking
rookie.
of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you? A legendary soldier and your mentor. Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
What?
Boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you? How many years has it been?
Boss?
That's right. It's me.
I feel like I know that voice.
Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
Oh, he's kept track.
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
Really? Well, I don't know anything about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
She sounds so
How to
familiar.
think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. You're a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being
Means you're
patriotic.
loyal to the
It
end?
means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your codename is Snake. It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes?
It's good to hear your voice again.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC? Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years.
That's what David Hayter said at the beginning of the video.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember.
Learn the CQC or follow the CQC.
Actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the Major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Your mission is
She's
to
our
retrieve
go-to for the
Dr.
weapons.
Sokolov. Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
Wow.
Try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Okay.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Gotcha. Swampland. You can see so much now. Oh. Getting down in the mud here. What? Alligator. Oh goodness. There's some treacherous stuff here. Because we're in the jungle. It's not just the soldiers now. North. The controller's vibrating. Oh.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
Okay.
Snake, Your presence in Soviet territory is already a violation of international law. We can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is
not to
right.
screw this up.
The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage.
Okay.
Change your camouflage by selecting Camouflage from the Survival Viewer. The Uniform option lets you pick your uniform, while the Face option lets you change your face paint. Choosing camouflage that blends in with your surroundings will help you conceal yourself more effectively. Also, don't forget that anything that moves will stand out in the jungle. If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But if you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed. You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the Camo Index. The Camo Index shows how well your current camouflage blends in with the surrounding area. The higher the value, the harder you are to spot, and vice versa. The key
run
is to
around like
make
an idiot.
yourself one with nature. Keep that in mind as you go along, okay?
Okay. I'm gonna work on my my survival viewer stuff. Okay, so camouflage. First, I'm gonna look at the backpack. So, equipment. Select equipment to place on person. Okay. There's a cigar, fake death pill, all that. And there's my weapon. And then food. Okay, that's going to help me with my stamina. Options. Okay, yep. That was all the stuff I said I could adjust later, and I'm glad I can. Map. Okay. Gotcha. And now camouflage. Face. Oh, that's so if you basically just want to be Raiden, you can be Raiden too. I mean, I'm sure there's... Ooh, look at that. Ooh, that woodland's cool. That's pretty awesome. Okay. So you definitely want to adjust based on where you're at. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. CQC. So David Hayter, in his message to me about playing this game when he was being Snake, said I need to pay attention to the CQC. Learn or utilize everything I've learned with the CQC. Okay. Huh? Oh, I shot him. Right in the face. That wasn't what I meant to do, I think. I was thinking, okay. Knife. Do I want to drag him to some bushes? Hide his body in here? Oh, good. There we go. I can totally see you. I want to see how I choke people out. I'd meant to do that before. There he is. I'm 90% hidden. Now, I wonder if my percentage changes as they move. I'm going to try to go up behind that person and see if I can choke him out like the other game.
Huh? Who's that?
Can't do it. Nope.
Radio, call HQ. HQ, respond.
Dang it, I messed this up, guys. So there's not a choke factor.
Sending reinforcements.
I'm gonna hide up in the tree. That's not working. You can't. All right, so there's no flip now. Okay, so I want to just use the knife. I mean, this is kind of experimenting now. How do I... How do I... Okay. Hey, my health didn't really go down that much. Wait, no. Scratch that. Wait, okay, I think I messed up. Is the bottom line... Help me on the comments, guys. Is the bottom line... So where it says snake, is the top bar his stamina and the bottom bar his health? Is that how it is? I think that's how it is. Nope, it's not going down, my stamina. Maybe...
HQ. This is HQ.
Patrol here. We've lost sight of the intruder, going into high alert.
Acknowledged. The enemy is still nearby. Pursue and engage him.
Okay. See, what I was hoping was that, like, the way you do the choke move with an, I was from the first games. I was hoping that he could grab someone from behind with a knife and do like the Rambo thing, you know, where he's like, but I'm not using my gun right now because I want to save the silencer. I was also hoping I could climb the tree. Nope, he's over there. You know, I might need to do that tutorial where it shows you the basic controls. Can I still do that? I was just curious. I wanted to get him from behind with the knife. I guess you can't.
Guess I'm seeing things.
Wait. Oh, shoot. He dead now. Okay. Shoot. Man, I'm hosing this up bad. They're not very good aim. It's really good thing I'm on easy. Like, very easy. Guys, I wanna do the Rambo move where you grab him from behind and I'll just hide in this tree. I'm bummed out. Maybe later. Oh my gosh, guys, I would be so dead right now if I had it on
Lost the enemy. He must be hiding nearby. Hunt him down.
Maybe I chose a difficulty too easy, because, man, like, my health wasn't going down at all, and it was like one little, like, he was waving the knife around like a conductor does an orchestra, and he's like, whoosh, and they went flying like 8 feet in the air when he whips them with his knife, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it is a little too easy. Here, I'll try it again. We may have to try to do this again on a different difficulty. I don't know.
Who's that?
See, they're alerted. Now, if I go... Okay. I gotta remember, if I grab these guys, I get their stuff too, right? Oh man, there are people who are watching this who are like, I just can't with this guy. And I'm so sorry to you guys. I really am. I love this so far. I was hoping I could hide up in the tree earlier. That maybe you still can, and they just saw me, and that's why. I need, like, well, I guess I could use the map here. Okay. I think I'm going the right way. Let's check it out. It's definitely going to be something to explore. I love that we have this angle now. Oh man, I wonder. Makes me wonder that. What's it called? Metal Gear Solid Delta, I think, is what it's called. The new Snake Eater remaster or whatever. It's kind of hard to tell if that's just where the map cuts off. Unless you can climb a tree to get up somewhere. I don't think we can get up there. So I really like this angle. Sorry guys, I'm going to be using my map a lot, I think. Alright, I think we just need to keep going north. Wish there was a quicker way to access the map. Got these to hide behind, I guess. Now, if I need to change the difficulty because very easy is just that, very, very easy, do I have to start the whole game over again? And here's another question. Why did I have to choose, I've never played before, or I like, the first one, I like the second one? What did that have to do with this? Let's ask.
Sokolov should be at the abandoned factory to the north, so head in that direction.
Okay, that's what we're doing. And, you know what? Maybe we can save our game. Major Tom, the save.
Saving the game, Snake?
I like this, how you can change the picture. Personal data. Codename Paramedic. Wait, did it say she's from Boston? Yeah, she's from Boston. Cool. Shouldn't have any Boston accent at all. That would have made this way funnier if they had given Paramedic a Bostonian accent.
Hey, Snake, you ever heard of Godzilla, King of Monsters?
No, what is it?
It's a movie. You haven't seen it?
Nope.
It's about this monster called Godzilla, who grows to an enormous size in a nuclear test and goes on a rampage in Tokyo.
Nuclear test, huh? Then the Marshall Islands must be crawling with giant monsters right about now.
It's just make-believe.
Maybe that's why my pants have been so tight lately.
Snake, it's a movie, not a report out of Los Alamos.
I know. So then what happened?
Godzilla is immune to all weapons, and humanity has no way to stop the monster. Dr. Shirazawa develops a new type of weapon, but meanwhile, Godzilla is getting closer and closer to Tokyo, obliterating everything in its path. It was originally a Japanese movie, but they made an American version, too. I recommend seeing the original Japanese one if you ever get the chance. It's mostly mindless fun, but it's also got a serious anti-nuke message as well.
Where can I see the original?
You'll just have to go to Japan.
Really? That's too bad.
Well, if you wait 40 years, you might be able to see it in America, too.
Why's that?
2004 will be Godzilla's 50th birthday.
You think they're still going to be making Godzilla movies then?
Of course! Everybody loves Godzilla.
You sure know a lot about movies.
I don't suppose you're the movie-watching type, are you?
Not really.
Okay, then I'll tell you everything I know. When the going gets tough, movies can save your life. It's always good to be able to look at things from a different perspective when you get in a jam. That's the magic of movies.
No kidding. Well, I guess it might at least make a nice distraction.
That's the spirit, Snake. Have a little fun.
Wow. Would have been really funny if there was like an ad in there, you know. He's like, "Why? How do you watch it?" Oh, it's easy. It's streaming right here on Netflix. Okay. So let me get to the map. We gotta go north. I gotta turn around and go north this way. Okay. Dola Novo Danda. What did it say? Nice. I like the way it interacts like that. Ooh, bee stings on the way. Okay, so I want to go... Oh, guys, it's that microphone. Directional microphone that we had from the second game. First person? I'll wait till he comes back around.
Huh? I hear something.
Did that not do it?
There's nothing here.
Oh, I shot the wrong thing. Come on.
Huh?
I love it. I guess that's where I need to go. I love... One of my biggest complaints about the other game perspective was your lack of ability to see around you. And that's definitely something I'm very happy with the changes of this game. Going more 3D with it. Third person, I like that a lot. Okay. Respite. I mean, I bet you the guy we're looking for is not in there, but... Or he's dead.
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held. Right. This place is a dump. I can't see Sokolov from here. The security is pretty tight. There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
Okay.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Be careful. Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must not be exposed to any kind of danger. Do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Right.
Oh, and one more thing, Snake.
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that when you get to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for being so late.
Is that all?
Yes.
Understood. Beginning my approach to the target.
Wow, that is so cool. I'm watching those percentages. I gotta remember now, I'm not used to playing Metal Gear Solid with the ability to look all around. I gotta remember I can do that now. Okay. Already, I can tell you the controls are way better when you're crawling. Because before, there were times where you would try to move him around, and he'd be like spinning in circles. And it was just really hard to figure out how to maneuver him. This is way more solid, you could say. No pun intended. This person's gonna get shot. I got no choice. Because I can't do a takedown. How do I... Here we go. Anything good? Oh, chaff! Ooh. Well, I gotta be careful, too, with my constant use of that. Oh, I like how he drags them no matter how, like, you pick him up. All right, map. This is really cool, guys. This is a really cool game. All right, so let's get into this. Acquired. Shotgun. Okay. Can blow away enemies.
Huh? Who was that?
Easy gun. Easy gun hat. Wait a minute. Special. Oh, that's the tranquilizer. No, this is a tranquilizer. What is this? Special silent tranquilizer gun. Keeps camo index high and recovers stamina when equipped. Okay.
Who's that? What's going on? Radio, where's our backup? Just not like it.
Uh-oh. That's it. Well, that worked pretty good. I wonder if they don't stay down as long with that easy gun. But I do feel like that's the perfect thing for this channel. I'll drag him so we get his loot. Now listen, this is a completely different game dynamic now, and I'm enjoying it. I love it. But I am all about comments right now. If you guys have any suggestions on, like, am I missing a button? Is there something I can do that's going to make it easier? I actually really do miss, though, the ability to come behind them and choke them. So let me know what I'm doing wrong, because I'm kind of surprised that with the other controls kind of just being the same, too, that they took that out. So I keep thinking I'm doing something wrong. So let me know in the comments if there's another way to do that takedown. I probably ought to go back into the menu and see about learning the basic controls. How are we looking on the map? Okay. Okay. Wait, so... Yeah, destination. Okay. Oh, wait. Is there a way in that room? Yep. Gotta go in here. Go here. And then go here. Is he gonna be there? Oh. That's him. That's the guy in the picture.
You must be Sokolov.
Are you one of Volgin's men? You'll never get it from me.
No. I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
You're CIA?
Yeah. I was sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago.
Zero?
I have a message from him.
What is it?
He said to tell you sorry for being so late.
Did he now?
What does it mean?
It means he's a man of his word.
We're gonna get a big long story.
But we've got no time for this. You have to get me out of here before they arrive.
Who's they?
Colonel Volgin of Gru.
Gru?
You in the West know him as Thunderbolt.
That sounds like a kid's action hero.
Never heard of him.
He's a member of the Army's extremist faction, a man who seeks to seize control of the motherland. Ever since the Cuban Missile Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has been pursuing a policy of peaceful coexistence with the West. Despite resistance and criticism from hawks in the army and the provincial authorities, Khrushchev has managed to suppress the opposition so far. But the failure of his agricultural policies has put him in a precarious position. And on top of that, the tragedy last November.
President Kennedy's assassination.
Precisely. In a sense, Khrushchev has lost his biggest partner, and his power base is rapidly crumbling away. A certain group is plotting to use this opportunity to seize power by rallying the anti-government forces, overthrowing Khrushchev, and installing Brezhnev and Kosygin in his place. The mastermind behind this plot is Colonel Volgin of the GRU. He has control over another secret weapons research facility much like this one, OKB-812, known as the Granin Design Bureau, and is using it to further his plans. But that is not enough to satisfy him. Now he's plotting to seize the secret weapon I have been developing here and use it as leverage in his bid for power.
But what is that weapon that you're working on?
The intelligence says that they are going to make their move during the test.
Then, the soldiers outside.
Exactly. They wouldn't need that many men just to keep me inside. Their orders were to prevent Colonel Volgin from capturing me. Even if it meant killing me in the process, or so it would seem. Volgin will come. I'm sure of it. You must get me out of here before then.
Leave it to me.
By the way, your Russian is superb. Where did you learn to speak it?
from my mentor.
Is that so? America's truly a frightening country.
Having second thoughts?
No. I have no love for this place. Let's go.
Wow.
Major, this is Snake. Sokolov is safe with me. He's doing fine.
I didn't think we were going to find him.
Good work, Snake. Now hurry up and get Sokolov to the recovery point. We'll rendezvous with you there.
Roger.
What about the sentries?
I had to kill them. There was no other way. But no one will know we were involved.
I see.
What about the boss?
We lost contact with the boss some time ago.
What happened?
It's probably just a weak signal. Just hurry and get Sokolov out of there.
Whew. I have a feeling Sokolov isn't going to make it. Wouldn't surprise me if he just gets sniped. Bullet comes flying out of nowhere or something, but we need him. What's he doing? He looks like he's ready to do the Street Fighter Logan. He's practicing his Street Fighter moves for self-defense. Oh. What was that? Every single one of these has some sort of ninja figure in them.
Freeze!
Oh. Oh no. We're in trouble.
So this is the legendary boss.
No.
Huh? We meet at last.
No.
Let's play easy mode. Let's escape and play.